This is a tutorial for creating an NIH Biosketch document with ScienceEV. You can access ScienceEV from a Google search or the ORSP Research Compliance site where you found this video. When you click the ScienceEV link, you will be directed to an NIH NCBI login page where you can choose to log in with your ERA Commons or NSF credentials. Either choice is fine because it will ultimately take you to the same place. Depending on which you click, you will be redirected to a login page where you should log in with your credentials. Then you will be redirected back to the NIH NCBI site. The screen you will be directed to will look like this, with your credentials listed at the top with your name. Below that is a section that will have all of your saved ScienceEV documents. As you can see, I have several already saved. This section of the page will display the dates you last made updates to your documents, the title of the documents, the type of document it is, and whether you have the document set to private or public. I will explain what that means later. From this page, you can edit an existing document or create a new document by clicking Create New Document at the top or bottom. To edit or delete an existing document, click the Edit button, and the options to edit or delete a document will appear. For the purpose of this tutorial, I will be creating a new document. You'll be directed to a page where you'll enter the document name, choose the document template you will be creating, choose a data source, and your sharing preference. First, enter a document name that will make your template easily identifiable when needing to return to the NCBI page to retrieve or edit the document. The document name will not appear on the document. Then choose the format you wish to create. I will choose NIH Biosketch for this tutorial. Then choose your data source. You can start with a blank document, pull the info from an existing document you already created and saved in ScienceEV, or an external source linked to this account, your ERA Commons, ORCID, or NSF account. The ScienceEV site offers video tutorials on how to link these accounts if you'd like to link any of your third-party accounts. Finally, you have the option to share this document or keep it private. Your documents are kept private on your NCBI account, so no one will be able to view them unless you give them access. If you choose the option to make the document public, you will be given a link to the document that you can share with someone else. You can only view the document with this link, not make edits or changes to the document. This link is best used if you want someone to review your document before you download it and save a copy. It will be available at the top of the document in the blue box that contains the other document information we have just entered. The top section of the document will contain the document information we have just entered. You will also see a link to instructions for the document you are creating. You will also have 3 download format options. The first box will be your identifiable information. My name is already present. If you click the Edit box, this will bring up a box where you can edit or add additional information. Your name is required, but your contact information is optional. If you include your contact information, it will not appear on the final document. At the bottom, you have the option to link an ERA Commons or ORCID account to your NIH Biosketch by clicking the link and providing your login info for either account. If you are filling out the NIH Biosketch template, you should click the link to include your ERA Commons ID so that your ID will appear on the document. I will click the link to show you how to link your ERA Commons and add the user ID to your document. Once you have filled in the information you would like, click the Save button. The next section is Education/Training. According to the instructions, you are to begin with your earliest degree. Therefore, your degrees should be listed chronologically. To begin adding your information, click the Add One button. You will add an entry one at a time. Please choose whether the entry is a degree or training. The requested information is slightly different based on which option you choose. I will choose the degree option as it is more common. Then you enter the school name, the city, state, and country the school is located, the degree type that was earned, the field of study, and the start and end dates by month and year. From here, you can click Save or choose Save and add another entry to keep adding your educational and training information. There is no limit for how many entries you add. The next section is the Personal Statement section. First, we will add the personal statement by clicking Edit Statement next to the section heading. A text box appears where you will type your personal statement. It seems there is no character limit for the personal statement, but be aware that there is a page limit for the NIH Biosketch. If the personal statement plus the other information you enter pushes the document over the page limit, you will need to shorten the document, and the personal statement might be the best place to do that. Once you have entered your text, you can click the green check mark to save, the red X to delete all of the text, or the yellow question mark to bring up the text formatting tips. Next, you have the option to include citations with your personal statement. This is optional. To add citations, click the Select Citations link, and any publications you have saved or entered will appear. For instructions on how to add citations, please see the FAQ section of the ScienceEV page where we started from. I have already saved some publications that I gathered from PubMed for the purpose of this tutorial. To select what publications you want to use, click on the checkbox to the left of it. If you choose more than what is allowed, a warning message will appear and tell you that you have chosen too many. When you have selected the citations you want, click the Save Citations link above the entry box. Next is the Positions, Scientific Appointments, and Honor section. There is no instruction for ordering these entries like there was for the Education section, but the entries will be automatically ordered according to the dates you enter for each position. You do not have to enter in a certain order because ScienceCV will put the entries in reverse chronological order for you. First, click the Add One button under the Positions and Scientific Appointment section. Here you will enter as many relevant entries as needed because there are no entry limits. You will start with your current position. Enter the year you began in that position and leave the second year box blank if it is your current position, as instructed. Include your position title and organization name. The address of the organization is optional information, so you do not have to include it. If this is your current position, click the button at the bottom that says Use this entry as the position title and current employment. You can click Save and add another entry to continue adding your employment history. Once you've included your entries, you can click Done above the box. You have the option to delete, edit, and hide the entries. Click the Edit Entries link to see all of those options. If any of your entries do not have the blue check mark next to them, it will not appear on the Biosketch, so be sure it is checked if you want to include it. Next, you can include any honors you may have earned. Click the Add One link. Enter the name of the honor you have received, the organization through which it was received, and the year it was received. You can enter a date range if that is more appropriate. Click Save or Save and add another entry to add more honors. These will also be ordered reverse chronologically for you, so you do not have to enter your honors in a specific order. When finished entering the honors, click the Done button above the entry box. The next and final section of the NIH Biosketch is the Contribution to Science section. Click the Edit section link to begin entering your information. You can only include up to 5 entries, so you'll receive a warning message if you try to enter more than 5 entries. For the first, you will click the Edit button beside the Description heading. This will reveal a text box where you can include the description of your contribution. There is no text limit, but keep in mind the overall page limit. When you have finished entering your text, click the green check mark to save your entry. For each contribution, you can include up to 4 publications that are related to that contribution. To add any publications, click the Select Citations link to access your list of publications. Click Save Citations when you have selected the publications you want to include. To add another contribution, click the Add Another Contribution link above the entry box. You can follow the same process to add up to 5 contributions. After entering your contributions, you have the option to reorder them, if needed. You can do this by clicking on the Number tab and dragging it to the position you would prefer it to be in. When you are done entering and ordering your contributions, you should click the Done link above the entry box. To edit or delete any of your entries, click the Edit section at the top of the box. At the bottom of the page, you will see an option to click a box to include a link to your complete list of published work in your My Bibliography. This is optional, so you do not have to click the box. If you choose to, a link will be included on your document that will allow reviewers to see all of your publications that you have included in your My Bibliography section. Once you have filled out every section completely, a short review to make sure all of the information is correct is recommended. If everything looks complete and correct to you, you are ready to download the document. You can find the download button at the bottom and top of the page. For the NIH Biosketch, you can download as a PDF, Word, or XML document. Save this file to your computer and send a copy to ORSP so that they can include it with your proposal. That concludes the tutorial for creating an NIH Biosketch document through ScienceCV.